Good morning, everybody. In case you don't remember what day it is, today's Saturday. And it's the weekend, and it's time for a weekend workout. So this is for any time during this weekend of April the 11th through the 12th, which is also Easter. Just in case you guys are religious, say Happy Easter to your friends and family. So we're starting off with our warm-up. We have 2 rounds. We're gonna do 20 elevated shoulder taps. So that's 10 on each. We're gonna be alternating right hand to left, left hand to right. You can do this with your feet up on some sort of platform. You can do it against a wall, and if you don't have any of those 2 things, you can still keep your feet on the floor. That's not a problem. Then we go on to 20 cross toe touches. Again, it's gonna be right hand to left foot, left hand to right foot. And then 10 broad jumps. Everybody loves them broad jumps. And then 10 jumping lunges for fast explosion. Again, that's 2 rounds. So first, our elevated shoulder taps. I'm gonna use this paint can that I have. Plant my hands, feet go on top. I wanna keep a nice solid core, so I've got my plank position, squeezing the butt cheeks, and I'm gonna lift one hand up and quickly tap the shoulder. I'm switching my weight back and forth as I go. You could also use the wall. So I'll have my feet against the wall here. Still keeping that tight core, shifting my weight back and forth. And again, if you don't have any of those things, keeping your feet on the floor in a plank position with my backside low. So my backside is nice and in line. I'm not piking my butt up in the air. And I'm going back and forth, tapping the shoulders. The cross toe touches. So whenever I see these, I always think of like a 1950s, like guys in the military working out. But it's a really good stretch, as well as getting some oblique action. So I have my arms out, making a cross. I'm gonna keep this part of me, my trunk is gonna be stationary. I'm twisting, and then I'm coming down to touch. And then coming back, twisting as far as I can to the other side, and down. Trying to keep straight legs while you do it. Our broad jumps are next. We're gonna be using a big explosion with our arms. We're gonna be landing in a soft, quiet squat and then standing up out of it. Arms go back, shoot them forward. Soft feet, land in that squat, stand all the way back up. Then you have your jumping lunges. Be careful, I've got concrete here. I don't have anything to cushion my knees, so I'm gonna be very careful not to slam my knees down into the floor. I like to start in my lunge position. If my left leg is up, my right arm is by my ear. And as I switch my feet, I switch my arms. So from the side position, my leg is down. Oop. Those are your jumping lunges. So 2 rounds of that, then you'll go on to your workout. So we have a 20-minute AMRAP, as many rounds as possible. So we have 5 stone, sandbag, odd object, anything like that up to your shoulder. So from the floor to the shoulder. And then 5 squats as heavy as possible. With any implement, any sort of squat, it could be a front squat, back squat, like a goblet squat, you're holding it in front of you. Any of that qualifies. Right, so I have a wall ball, which truthfully isn't really that heavy, but it's for demonstration purposes right now. I really like Rachel had a good idea. She put several blankets or a weighted blanket into a suitcase or a duffel bag, and she's been using that. So if you guys need inspiration, see if you have anything like that to try and make something heavy for yourself. I've got my wall ball. I'm gonna be taking this object, and because it's light, I'm able to quickly bring it all the way up to my shoulders. What I'm looking for here is engaging my core so that as I pick this thing up, I've got my hips back, my tailbone's not tucked. I bring it up. I'm quickly shifting my hips out in front of me in order for the ball to come up from that quick spring action. So if I'm gonna have a heavier object, I'm gonna bring it into my lap. I'm gonna lean forward a little bit, still with a nice flat back, tailbones out, and quick explosion up to the top. That's one of the reasons why we did our broad jumps, is that same kind of quick motion with our hips shooting forward. And then we have our 5 squats. So I have a barbell I'm gonna use in order to demonstrate. Got my barbell here. I need to clean this up in position. So now I've got my barbell in position. I've got it in my front rack. Feet are outside my hips, firmly planted, big toe down into the ground. I'm gonna have my hips go back first. Big breath in, all the way down to parallel. Breathe it out on the way in, way up. Breathe in. Breathe it out. 5 of those, back and forth, 5, over and over and over again until 20 minutes is up. After that, we're gonna have a cool down. I am suggesting that you guys go for a walk, go for a run, jog in place, anything like that for about 5 minutes. We just loaded up your legs and your glutes, your core, quite a lot. You need to get that blood out of there. Start moving again. And then take this time to do some hip mobility. Get a tennis ball, get a lacrosse ball, get, I don't know, a dog chew toy, and then sit on it, and you're gonna roll around with that object underneath you in order to start breaking up some of that tissue, get some release in there so that you can start getting some hip mobility back. Well, I hope you enjoyed your workout for the weekend. Post what you used for your odd object. I want to see how creative you guys can get. All right, farewell.